Matsuricon 2017. How are we doing?
It's without question that Matsuricon was one of my most anticipated conventions of the year. Last year, I ranked Matsuricon 2016 as my second favorite con of the year behind Youmacon. While certain people I know dropped this convention altogether due to the poor autograph handling, I continued to support this convention, and I had faith that this con will be back even better, learning from their past mistakes. I'm very excited to be back for my second year at Matsuricon. Now in their 12th year, do they light up the sky in 2017? Matsuricon's location at the Hyatt Regency Columbus and Greater Columbus Convention Center in downtown Columbus was one of the better venues I've been to this year. Located at the same venue as the much larger OhioCon, the Hyatt Regency and Convention Center were beautiful venues that held this convention perfectly. The venue was even better than ever now that the renovations are just about finished. In addition to the already great lighting in the convention center, there was also a park with a huge fountain across the street from the Hyatt, which was a perfect place for cosplay photo shoots. I also wanted to mention that Matsuricon hardly utilized the Columbus Convention Center, which opens up room for this con to expand as they continue to grow. Be sure to read up about parking before you head out to this convention. If you are staying at the Hyatt, do note that you do get a discount if you park at the Chestnut Street Garage. The Hyatt Columbus also houses a food court, so you don't have to worry about going hungry at this convention. Registration on Thursday evening went very fast. I got my badge almost immediately when arriving, but for those who got their badges on Friday, there was no denying that there were big problems with the con's registration. From what I was told, there was a problem with the con server, which caused registration to shut down temporarily. Luckily, they were able to get this problem rectified before it got worse, and I didn't see any sort of long registration lines for the rest of the weekend. While the registration was a huge issue for several people, I do have to applaud the staff for taking immediate action when this unfortunate issue arose. I absolutely loved how well laid out the scheduling was at Matsuricon. In addition to the guidebooks, Matsuricon also had a web schedule and even had their own mobile app. Getting to where I needed to go was a breeze. And one of the best parts about the app was that it doesn't require internet for it to work, so you don't have to worry about it sucking any data. I can't really speak for everyone regarding late panels and autograph sessions, but for the ones I went to, I did run into late panels rather frequently, with some running up to 20 minutes late. And speaking of the autograph sessions, I can proudly say that Matsuricon completely redeemed themselves with the autograph handling. One of the biggest problems with last year's autograph sessions was its location. It was in a very small area of the Hyatt, so small that they had to enforce strict caps with their sessions, and the crowd controlling was just horrible. It was the renovations from last year that accounted to why the autograph area was so tiny. Now moved to a much larger room in the convention center, the larger area made a huge difference with the autograph handling as a whole. They also completely refined their autograph policy. Several people last year abused the picture rule, which took up so much time during the session, but this year, their policy was a soft limit of 2 items with a photo counting as an autograph, with the possibility of dropping the items and photos down to 1 if the line got long. And I also wanted to mention that the autographs are first come, first serve, so be sure you arrive an hour early to secure your spot in line. With the larger area as well as their new policies, Matsuricon accommodated more people than they ever did from years past. The difference was night and day. For those who dropped this con because of autographs, please reconsider. Matsuricon wasted no time delivering tons of different panels and events for the whole weekend, from all the guest panels, the Sleeping Samurai, to the formal ball and cosplay contest, as well as their signature movement and escape rooms. And they also continue to impress us by inviting more voice actors to their event than any other mid-sized convention that I've been to. The theme of this convention was Mecha versus Magical Girls, and that reflected on their lineup for this year. The guest lineup for Matsuricon included voice actors from Madoka Magica, Evangelion, Yuki Yuna is a Hero, Love Live, Gundam, Sailor Moon, and even Persona 5. Some voice actresses made their very first debut in the Midwest this year, such as Xanthe Huynh and Julie Madalena. And I also felt that Matsuricon improved with their musical guests in 2017, which I felt was a little lacking from last year. The lack of cosplay guests was a little disappointing, but not a deal breaker by any means. Matsuricon's dealer's room may not have as many dealers as other conventions of its size, but don't let that dissuade you. This dealer's room was a perfect example of quality winning over quantity. It had just the right amount of anime merchandise for everyone with very good variety. But the one area that Matsuricon once again hit a home run this year was their Artist Alley. Using up a good chunk of the second floor of the Hyatt, this Artist Alley was home to tons of talented artists with a myriad of beautiful artwork waiting to be bought. I'm very confident that there was at least something that will make your jaw drop. Within the first floor of the Hyatt held Matsuricon's video game room. I personally felt a little split about the game room this year. First off, I absolutely loved the arcade gaming that Tokyo Attack brought to the table. Their selection of Japanese arcade machines was phenomenal. They impressed me with what they offered at Asen and ColossalCon, and they continue to do so at Matsuricon. As far as their console gaming, however, I felt it was very lacking this year. Their selection was not on the same planet as their arcade gaming. It wasn't a bad selection, but it's definitely not going to blow you away. It only got the job done. Matsuricon this year hosted not one, but two not raves or electronic dances in 2017. Friday's electronic dance was located in the newly renovated Delaware room of the Hyatt, while Saturday's electronic dance was in main events of the Columbus Convention Center. The Friday electronic dance was significantly smaller than Saturday's, but it turned out really well. The DJs did a great job getting everybody all fired up. If you prefer dances seen at smaller cons, then Friday is a worthy choice. I can't really speak much about Saturday's dance as I was only there at around 1 AM. I do have to admit that the DJ performing at that time didn't really bring as much energy as the ones on Friday, but several people told me that the other DJs prior to this one were incredible. I'm really happy to see that Matsuricon is doubling up on their dances this year, and those who are big fans of these will have a lot to love here. And finally, I would like to talk about Matsuricon Plus, which is Matsuricon's version of a VIP badge. Plus is an add-on for your normal badge that had several cool perks, including an exclusive Plus lounge, early Thursday access to the video game room, extra gear, a pizza party, front-of-line privileges for some panels, as well as a VIP meet and greet with some of the con's guests. But several Plus members were very disappointed that Plus offered no autograph privileges whatsoever. For someone like myself who goes VIP at cons, autograph privileges were useful to save time so I can do other things at a con such as going to a panel or photo shoot and not spend an extended period of time waiting for autographs. Now that Matsuricon has a refined autograph system, I felt that the next step is to provide some kind of autograph benefits for Plus members, even if they have to limit it, especially when Matsuricon is the only convention I've been to that offered no autograph privileges with VIP.
When I say Matsuri, you say Matsuri! Matsuri! When I say Matsuri, you say Matsuri! Matsuri! Thank you for having us, and please come see us.
Matsuricon was the farthest convention I traveled to in 2017, and I felt that it was well worth the 6-hour drive. They continue to deliver as one of the best summer anime conventions the state of Ohio has to offer. From their fantastic venue, to their incredible artist alley, as well as their spectacular guest lineup that just keeps getting better and better. After this year, I feel that now we can bury Matsuricon's past history surrounding the autographs now that they have a system that works. Other than the Friday registration, I felt that Matsuricon should spice up their console gaming for next year, and they really should consider adding autograph privileges with Matsuricon Plus. Matsuricon is a mid-sized convention, and my recommended travel time is 8 hours or less. If you are looking for a convention that pulls tons of your favorite voice actors, then Matsuricon is where it's at. With their long history of pulling several big names to their convention, It stands as one of the best anime cons for guests in the Midwest. Matsuricon's venue makes it an incredible con for photo and video, and fans of Artist Alley could spend tons of money in this area alone. Matsuricon was one of my all-time favorite conventions from last year, and they still earned that title in 2017. It's only going to get better from here on out. If you are able to make the drive to Columbus, it is well worth checking out. To John, Nicole, and all of the Matsuricon staff, thank you all for another incredible year. Before you head out to Matsuricon, there's only one question you have to ask yourself. Are you Team Mecha or Team Magical Girls? I give Matsuricon 2017 a 9 out of 10. Matsuricon once again shines bright in 2017. Thank you all for watching my review of Matsuricon in 2017. So now I turn to you guys. What were your thoughts on Matsuricon this year? Please let me know in the comments, and if you like what you see here, subscribe to the PNV today for more con coverage, cosplay music videos, and more. And don't forget to check out my cosplay music video for Matsuricon this year. So until then, I will see you at the next con.